What is up, car addicts? In this video I'm going to be talking about the unreleased drip feed cars for the Criminal Enterprises update. We will most likely get one vehicle every Thursday as Rockstar did with the last update. And also a big shout out to Classique on Twitter for the photos of these cars. I will leave a link to his Twitter in the description. Make sure you guys go follow him. So we have a total of 12 unreleased vehicles for this update, which is a ton. Now, I do want to mention here that we are not sure on the exact release order because 2 of them will be on the Legendary Motorsport website, 6 of them will be on the Southern San Andreas website, and 4 of them will be on the Benny's website. So I will be showing these cars in order of website, but we don't know the exact release order because Rockstar randomly goes back and forth between the websites. But anyways, let's get started with the Legendary Motorsport website, where we should be getting our first car next Thursday, which is the Benefactor SM722. This car is in the sports car class and will cost about $2.1 million. This one is primarily based on the Mercedes SLR Sterling Moss, an absolutely gorgeous car in real life, and the one in GTA looks very well made. Moving along, the next Legendary Motorsport car is the Obey 10F. This car is in the sports class and will cost just under $1.7 million. It's primarily based on the second generation Audi R8 and is arguably the most anticipated car from the DLC. So it's a shame that Rockstar decided to make it a drip feed car instead of a day one car, especially since they showed it in the trailer, but I guess they want to kind of drag out this update for as long as they can. Moving on to the Southern San Andreas website, where we have our next 6 vehicles. We have the Declasse Drauger. This vehicle is in the off-roads class and will cost just under $1.9 million, which is pretty insane of a price for an off-road vehicle. But anyways, this one is primarily based on the Chevy off-road concept. Moving along, we have the Imponter Ruiner ZZ8, which is kind of funny there, a nice reference to Z28. But anyways, this was never shown in any of the newswires or trailers, so it's the first time we're seeing it here. Now, it's in the muscle car class and will cost about $1.3 million, and is primarily based on the 4th generation Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Next up, we have the Declasse Vigero ZX. So this one is in the muscle car class and will cost just under $2 million, which is an insane amount of money, but Rockstar knows the community really wanted this car and they're going to make players pay up for it. But anyways, as we discussed in the past, this car is primarily based on the 6th generation Chevy Camaro ZL1, and I think Rockstar knocked it out of the park with this design. It is extremely similar and it looks great. And for those of you who are on next gen, this car will also have the ability to install HSW upgrades in it as well, which is insane. It probably will be the new king for the muscle car class. Continuing, we have the Dinka Kanjo SJ. So this car is in the Coupes class and will cost just under $1.4 million, which is pretty insane for a Honda Civic to be that expensive. And in terms of which exact one it's based on, it's primarily based on the Honda Civic EG Coupe. Moving along, we have the Dinka Postlude. So this car is in the Coupes class and will cost about $1.3 million. Again, very expensive for such a normal looking car, but that's the current GTA economy. Anyways, this one is primarily based on the 1st generation Honda Prelude, and you can see how clever Rockstar was with the naming of this car. Postlude, Prelude, they always have a sense of humor. Continuing, we have the Ubermacht Rhinehart. So this car is in the sedans class and will cost just under $1.6 million. It's primarily based on the BMW 3 Series Touring. Just an awesome, cool looking wagon. Moving along to the Benny's website, we have the Grotti Brioso 300 Widebody, which of course is in the compacts class. Now beforehand, almost every Benny's car used to be called something custom, but for these new ones they're calling them widebody. But anyways, the cost to convert the Brioso 300 into the widebody is $585,000. And this car is of course based on a custom first generation Fiat 500. Continuing, we have the Ubermacht Setinel Classic Widebody, which is in the sports class, and the cost to convert the Setinel Classic into the widebody is $700,000. And this car is of course based on a custom wide-bodied BMW E30 M3. Next up we have the BF Weevil Custom, which converts the normal Weevil from the compacts class to a muscle class vehicle and turns it into a rat rod, which is pretty insane. And the conversion cost for that is $980,000, which is definitely pretty pricey. And in terms of what it's based on, it's obviously based on a custom hot rodded VW Beetle that's chopped and all that stuff. Very, very custom for sure. And lastly, we have the Obey 10F Widebody. So this one is in the sports car class, and the cost to convert the normal 10F into this one is $575,000, which isn't too bad, but then again, the normal 10F is about 1.7 million, which means that the total would be over 2.2 million, plus the actual Benny's upgrades themselves. So you can easily get this 10F over $2.5 million. That's pretty insane. Anyways guys, there you have it, the 12 drip feed vehicles for the Criminal Enterprises DLC. I think Rockstar went a little excessive in terms of drip feed for this update. They drip fed the car dealerships, they drip fed one of the weapons, they drip fed more than half the cars. I mean, they only gave us, what, 6 vehicles day one, and then 12 drip feed? Really? I think it's a little excessive. And if you add it all up, we usually get a vehicle every Thursday, a new one for drip feed. So that means we will get over 3 months of drip feed if that's the case. And sometimes they'll even skip a week every now and then. So we might even have 4 months of drip feed, which is just insane to think about. Imagine if you want a specific car in there and you have to wait 3 or 4 months for it. That's pretty insane there. And I know a lot of people get impatient for that type of stuff, and they have a car that they specifically want. Like, for example, I want that new Camaro really bad. I thought we were going to get it on day one of this update, but unfortunately we didn't. So have to sit and wait for drip feed like everybody else. It is what it is. But Rockstar does that to kind of drag out the DLCs to last a little bit longer. But anyways guys, definitely let me know what car you're most excited for in the comments down below. Personally, I'm most excited for the modern Camaro, which is the Vigero ZX, and also that new R8 as well. That's going to be a good one. But again, we have to wait and see. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.